certain the drum was speaking from generation to generation. Can you hear it? An old man kept a drum inside a wooden room, covered with a faded cloth, waiting in the gloom. He learned it from his father, who learned it long ago, and every rhythm carried a story people used to know. But the children of the village were growing far away. They wanted modern music and forgot the old drum's way. The elder watched in silence, with sadness in his eyes. He wondered who would carry the stories when he died. Can you hear the old drum calling? Can you hear what it says? It carries our beginnings. It remembers those who lived. Hey! Can you hear the old drum calling? Don't let the rhythm die. When our people lose their story, they lose a part of who they are. Yeah. One morning he called the children and placed the drum before them. He said, "This is not just music, there is history inside it. This rhythm called the people when danger came at night. This rhythm brought the village together for a fight. This one was played for harvest. This one was played for rain. This one was played when someone died and families felt the pain." The children listened quietly. Their eyes began to shine. They had never heard their history spoken through the drum like this. Can you hear the old drum calling? Can you hear what it says? It carries our beginnings. It remembers those who lived. Can you hear the old drum calling? Don't let the rhythm die. When a people lose their story, they lose a part of who they are. Yeah. A young boy asked the elder, "Why didn't you teach us before?" The old man smiled and answered,
I was waiting at the door,
"You were busy chasing tomorrow,
and I feared you wouldn't care.
but wisdom is not a treasure
That belongs to one old chair.
your phones can bring the world
Into the palm of your hand,
but if you don't know
your history, you may not understand.
progress is not forgetting, and modern does not mean that everything from yesterday
Must disappear unseen.
oh, oh. Teach the children their story.
Teach them where they came from.
Let them learn the ancient language.
Let them hear the ancient drum.
They can walk into tomorrow
Without abandoning yesterday.
Roots give strength to branches.
When the mighty winds blow their way. Can you hear the old drum calling?
Can you hear what it says?
It carries our beginnings.
It remembers those who left.
Can you hear the old drum calling?
generation, roots, culture,
memory.
years later, the village changed.
New buildings fill the land,
But every year they gather.
where the old drum once began.
The young man became
The drummer, and taught the children too. He said the elder gave us more than we ever knew.
the drum became a bridge,
Between the old world and the new.
and every beat reminded them that their roots were still alive.
Can you hear the old drum calling?
Can you
Hear what it says? It carries our beginnings.
It remembers those who left.
Can you hear the old drum calling? Don't let the rhythm die. When people lose their story,
They lose a part of who they are. Can the drum? Before the words were written,
the drum was speaking.
from generation to generation, can hear it. An old man kept a drum
Inside a wooden room,
covered with a faded cloth.
waiting in the gloom. He learned it from his father, who learned it long ago. And every rhythm carried a story people used to know.
But the children of the village oh, Jaja, some roots run deep, some roots never die. Listen to the old man's story. Listen to the years gone by. A man can give his whole life and still be forgotten by and by. He woke before the morning, before the rooster called. 3 little footsteps followed him whenever rain would fall. 2 sons and 1 daughter, 3 dreams inside his heart. He said, I may not have riches, but I'll give you a better start. He carried heavy burdens so they could carry books. He worked beneath the burning sun with tired and weathered looks. Every coin he ever gathered, he measured with his hand. Let my children see tomorrow, let them become who I know they can. When the roots remember, the tree begins to know who watered it in summer, who kept it when the cold wind blow. When the roots remember, don't let your heart grow blind. Remember who was standing there when nobody else would mind. The years roll like a river, and the children grew so strong. The eldest wore a lawyer's gown, the daughter healed the sick and wrong. The youngest built his houses with buildings reaching high. 3 children found their places, and their father's spirit touched the sky. He smiled beside the doorway and whispered, Jah, I thank you. Everything I ever dreamed for them, you have brought those dreams to truth. But success can build a distance that no one sees at first. A telephone can keep on ringing while a lonely heart my son, it's Father, I just want to hear your voice. But meetings filled the daytime, and the evening had no choice. The daughter saw the number, then put the phone away. She said, I'll call him tomorrow. But tomorrow became another day. The youngest saw his father's name, but the silence filled the room. A man who built 3 futures was left alone with gloom. No one asked if he had eaten, no one asked if he was well. No one knew the nights were longer, and the old house felt like a cell. Oh, children, don't wait too long, don't wait until the song is gone. A mother's hands can tremble, a father's footsteps slow. The ones who carried you upward may need your hand below. You may have gold around you, you may have houses in the sky, but wealth cannot buy one moment. When the people that you love have died, when the roots remember, the tree begins to know who watered it in summer, who kept it when the cold wind blows. When the roots remember, don't let your heart grow blind. Remember who was standing there when nobody else would mind. But Jah sees every kindness, even when the world forgets. And somewhere in that father's past, a grateful soul had not forgotten yet. A young man once came hungry, with nothing in his hand. The father gave him shelter and helped him rise and stand. He never asked for payment, he never asked for fame. He only said, when you can help somebody, then do the same. That young man became successful and searched for him one day. He found the old man sitting quietly with nothing much to say. He bowed before the father and tears filled up his eyes. Everything I have today, old man, you helped me realize. Roots, remember the roots. Roots, remember the roots. Jah knows, Jah remembers. He gave the man a place of honor, a position in his company. He brought him a brand new motor car and gave him dignity. He found a beautiful mansion where the old man could rest. He said, you gave when you had nothing, so now receive the best. Then word reached the 3 children, and silence filled their hearts. For the stranger they had never known had done what they forgot. They looked upon their father's life and finally understood the man they had ignored. Oh, Jah, the ballot is a promise the people have a voice. They came with smiles, they came with promises, but wisdom must be greater than the money in your hand. Early in the morning, stranger came around, suit and shining shoes, making promises in town. He said, my people, trust me, I will change your life. New roads and better schools, no more children living in strife. The people gathered closely, listening to his speech. He promised clean water and opportunities for each. But when the meeting ended, he called the poor man near, put some money in his hand and whispered in his ear, hey, don't sell your future for money today. Don't trade tomorrow for a little pay. Your voice is a river, your vote is your right. Don't let somebody buy it, then disappear from sight. The man looked at the money, he thought about his child. School fees were overdue, and life had been so wild. He said, what can one vote do? I'm only one poor man. The politician smiled and said, brother, take what you can. So the man took the money and promised where he'd stand. He never stopped to question what was written in the plan. He went home feeling wealthy for one short night, but he never understood the price of giving up his right. Hey! Don't sell your future, don't sell your future
For money today,
for money today. Don't trade tomorrow
for a little pay.
for a little pay.
Your voice is a river,
Your voice is a river,
your vote is your right.
your vote is your right.
Don't let somebody buy it,
Don't let somebody buy it,
then disappear from sight.
Election day came quickly, the people made their choice. The politicians celebrated while the people raised their voice. Then months became a year and nothing came to town. The promised road was broken, the water still ran down. The school roof started leaking, the clinic had no light. The children walked for miles
Just to learn and write.
Oh, the man went to the office and waited at the gate. But the smiling politician said, you have come too late. Oh, the money did not last, but the consequences stayed. A little cash in one hand, a generation's future pay. Think before you choose, think beyond today, because leaders come and go, but the people have to stay. Ah, yeah. Don't sell your future, don't sell your future
For money today,
oh, for money today.
don't trade tomorrow
Oh, oh,
for a little pay.
for a little pay.
Your voice is a river,
Your voice is a river,
your vote is your right.
your vote is your right.
Don't let somebody buy it,
Don't let borrow cheaply, because today was hard. But our children's future must never be sold in the yard. People, wake up, open your eyes, your voice, your choice. Don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't, Jah guide the people. The next election came, and this time they were prepared. They questioned every promise and asked if leaders cared. They asked about the schools, they asked about the roads, they asked about the hospitals and where the money goes. No politician could buy them with a handful of notes. They understood the power that lived inside their votes. And the man who once sold his vote stood proudly in the light. New roads and better schools, no more children living in strife. The people gathered closely, listening to his speech. He promised clean water and opportunities for each. But when the meeting ended, yeah, late in the evening, when the village sleeps, one little light is burning. Jah knows the dream inside that little heart. Hey. Oh, yeah, yeah. Every evening when the sun went down and darkness covered the town, a little boy would open his book while the whole world laid its burdens down. His mother had no money, his father worked the land, but they told him, learn my son, knowledge will help you stand. The lamp was getting weaker, the pages getting old, but inside that little classroom was a dream worth more than gold. His friends would laugh and tell him, why you working so hard? You come from nothing, little brother. You will never reach that far. Keep the light burning, don't let the dream die. Even when the road is rocky, keep your eyes to the sky. Hey. Keep the light burning, let knowledge be your guide. A child with education can change the world outside. Hey. He walked for miles each morning with his books beneath his arm. Sometimes he went to school hungry, but he never lost his calm. His teacher saw the fire that was burning in his eyes. She said, my child, keep learning, your future is inside. The boy began to wonder why some children had no chance, why some had books and computers, while others had no lamps. He said, if I become somebody, I won't forget this place. I'll build a school for children who are walking the same race. Keep the light burning, don't let the dream die. He left the village one morning with his mother's blessing card. He studied through the struggle, he worked through every pain. He failed and started over, then tried his dreams again. Some doors were closed before him, some people said, you can't. But every time they pushed him down, he learned again to stand. He remembered that small lamp and the promise that he made. I will come back for my people, I will never be afraid. Children don't need pity, they need someone to believe. Give them books and give them teachers, give them reasons to achieve. A hungry mind needs knowledge,
A young heart needs a chance.
open up the classroom door and let the children advance. Keep the light burning, don't let the dream die. Even when the road is rocky,
Keep your eyes to the sky.
keep the light burning, let knowledge be your guide.
A child with education can change the world outside.
Many years later, a convoy came to town. The little boy returned home, and the whole village gathered round. He walked into the old school, where his first dreams had begun, and saw the broken windows, where the morning light had come. He turned toward his people
And said,
I have not forgot. He built a brand new school there,
on the very same old spot.
he brought books for the children,
Computers for them to learn,
he gave scholarships to the poorest.
so every child could earn.
His old teacher stood beside him.
With tears upon her face,
She said, that little lamp you carry has become
a brighter place.
Keep the light,
Keep the light,
keep the light. Education,
knowledge,
one child,
one dream,
one village,
one future.
Jah guide the children. A little girl approached him with a book against her chest. She said, I want to be a doctor, I will give my very best. He smiled and told the children,
Don't let poverty decide
the size of your tomorrow,
all the dreams you keep inside.
and those who have the power, don't turn your eyes away, because every child deserves a brighter chance each day. Keep the light burning, don't let the dream die. Even when the road is rocky,
Keep your eyes to the sky.
keep the light burning, let knowledge be your guide.
A child with education
Can change the world outside. Every evening when the sun went down and darkness covered the town, a little boy would open his book while the whole world laid its burdens down. His mother had no money, his father worked. Yeah, yeah. Hear the people crying from the mountain to the plain. Water is life, quench the people's thirst. Jah hear the cry. Hey. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a village by the mountain where the morning river flowed. Children carried empty buckets down the dusty road. For many years they dreamed of water coming to their door. So the leaders made a promise, no more suffering anymore. They gathered up the people, they spoke beneath the tree. We have found the money for a pipeline, soon your children will be free. The people started dancing, hope returning to the town. Mothers smiled with happiness, at last the thirst is going down. Hey, hey, water is life, water is life. Don't steal the people's water to build your paradise. Oh, water is life, let the truth flow free. What belongs to everyone must serve the community. Yeah. The machines arrived one morning and the workers dug the ground. They laid a little pipeline, then disappeared from town. The leader said, be patient, the project will be complete. But months became a season and the people saw defeat. Yeah, the clinic had no water, the school had none as well. The mothers walked for hours with stories they could tell. The children came back thirsty with dust upon their feet, while somebody was dining in a mansion up the street. Hey, hey, water is life, water is life, water is life, water is life. Don't steal the people's water to build your paradise. Oh, water is life, let the truth flow free. What belongs to everyone must serve the community. Hey, an old teacher found the papers hidden deep inside a drawer. He read the figures slowly, then he couldn't hide it anymore. The money had been allocated, the record showed it clear. But most of what was promised had vanished somewhere near. He called the people together and placed the papers down. This is not about one person, this belongs to the town. The mothers raised their voices, the farmers joined the call. We are not asking for a favor, we are asking for it all. Leadership is service, not a throne and not a crown. Power is our responsibility to lift the people up, not bring them down. If you hold the people's money, hold it with an honest hand, because every stolen coin can hurt a child who cannot stand. Hey, water is life, water is life, water is life, water is life. Don't steal the people's water to build your paradise. Hey, water is life, let the truth flow free. and they laughed beside the stream. The old man looked toward the mountain, remembering the dream. He said, "Remember, children, this water has a cost. When leaders steal from people, a whole generation is lost." The village made a promise: we will watch what leaders do. We will ask the hard questions and demand the truth from you. Water is life. Water is life. Don't steal the people's water to build your paradise. Water is life. Let the truth flow free. What belongs to everyone must serve the community. Yeah, there was a village by the mountain. When the earth is tired, listen. When the river becomes silent, listen. The old farmer held one seed inside his withered hand. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Morning came without the rainfall. The fields were turning brown. The river that once fed the village was slowly drying down. The farmers searched their storehouses, but there was nothing left to sow. The children asked their fathers, "Tell us, where will the harvest grow?" An old farmer walked alone to the edge of his land. He opened up his weathered palm and saw one seed in his hand. His neighbor said, "Plant nothing. The season has gone dry. Keep that seed for eating. At least you won't die." The farmer shook his head and said, "This seed is not for me. If we destroy tomorrow, what will our children see?" Plant the seed, even when the rain is far away. Plant the seed for another brighter day. Guard the earth, let the children see the green. What we leave behind tomorrow is the legacy we keep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He dug beneath the dry earth and placed the seed inside. He covered it with gentle hands and waited with the tide. The people laughed around him. "Old man, you have lost your mind. Nothing grows in broken soil. There's no rain you'll ever find." But every morning faithfully, he came back to the ground. He carried water in a clay pot, though there was barely any around. He gave the little seed his portion, though his own cup wasn't full. He said, "The earth has fed us, now we must protect it too." forest, getting thinner every year. Trees were falling for quick money, and nobody seemed to care. The river carried plastic, the fish began to disappear. The people wanted progress, but forgot what brought them here. The old farmer gathered children beneath the dying tree. He said, the earth is not our property, it belongs to those yet to be. Every tree you cut today, every river that you spoil, will become the burden of the children of this soil. You cannot eat your money when the farmland disappears. You cannot drink your riches when the river carries tears. You cannot buy a forest when the last green tree is gone. So protect what Jah has given before the damage carries on. Oh, plant the seed even when the rain is far away. Plant the seed for another brighter day. Guard the earth, let the children see the green. What we leave behind tomorrow is the legacy we keep. Then one night the clouds gathered and thunder shook the sky. The first drop touched the village, then another passed them by. The rain came down like blessing, running through the thirsty land. The people rushed outside with joy they couldn't understand. And from the old man's garden a little green shoot appeared. The seed had survived the drought through every difficult year. The children gathered around it, and the farmer softly smiled. Never laugh the patient wisdom, never underestimate a child. Ooh, roots in the earth, rain in the sky, life coming back, let it grow, let it grow. Jah gave us the garden, we must keep it alive. The people changed their thinking, they began to plant once more. They cleaned the village river and restored the forest floor. They taught the younger generation how to care for what they had. And the little seed became a tree, tall and strong and glad. Years later, children rested underneath its cooling shade, and nobody could remember the drought. Why? A little question can open a mighty door. Don't fear the question, child. Jah gave you a mind so you can think. There was a little boy who lived beside the hill. He watched the people every day, quiet and standing still. He saw the rich man eating while children begged for bread. He saw the powerful sleeping in houses overhead. He asked his father, why is the world this way? His father
looked at him and said, "Son, some things you don't say."
But the boy kept thinking as he walked along the road, if nobody asks the question, who will carry all the load?
Why?
Don't be afraid
To ask why.
Why should the weak
Stay down.
Why should the truth wear a frown? Oh,
Why?
let your mind reach.
To the sky.
A question can light
Up the night.
when somebody is
Searching for right.
At school he saw a teacher give the strongest child a prize, while another child who worked just as hard was ignored before his eyes. He raised his little hand and said,
Teacher,
can you explain, if everybody has a chance, why does the winner stay the same?
the classroom became silent. Some children looked away.
The teacher
Slowly answered,
That is a good question today. She told him,
never stop your thinking.
never fear what people say. Education
Isn't memorizing.
it is learning how to see the way.
Why?
Don't be afraid.
To ask why.
Why should the weak?
Stay down.
Why should the truth
Wear a frown.
Oh,
Why?
let your mind reach.
To the sky.
A question can light up
The night.
when somebody is
Searching for right.
The boy grew into a young man, and his questions grew as well. He asked about the broken roads and why the schools were failing. He asked about the empty clinic and why the medicine was gone. He asked why promises were made, then forgotten before long. Some people told him,
Young man.
just accept your place.
But he said, if something isn't right, we must have the strength to face it.
He didn't carry violence, he carried books and truth. He gathered other young people
And taught them what he knew. Don't teach the children silence.
when they should be learning truth.
Don't punish every question.
That comes from searching youth.
A mind that never questions can easily be controlled.
Give the children knowledge.
And let their minds unfold. Why?
Don't be afraid.
To ask why.
Why should the weak?
Stay down.
Why should the truth wear a frown? Oh,
Why?
let your mind reach.
To the sky.
A question can light
Up the night.
when somebody is searching for right. Years later, in the village, the people gathered round. The boy who once asked questions was now a teacher in the town. He built a little library where children could come and read. He said the greatest gift you give a child is not just what they need. Give them the tools to question. Give them courage to explore. Because knowledge opens windows that ignorance keeps closed. An old man in the crowd stood up with tears within his eyes. He said,
When you were just a child, we thought your questions were lies. But you were seeing something
that we were afraid
question itself is how you earn respect. And the boy looked at the children and smiled beneath the tree.
Never stop asking questions,
for your mind can set you free.
hey. Oh yeah.
Why?
Don't be afraid
To ask why.
why.
Should the weak stay down?
Why
Should the truth wear a frown?
oh yeah.
Why?
Let your mind reach
To the sky. A question can light up the night when somebody is searching for right.
hey. So ask your question, little child. Read your books, open your mind.
Question with wisdom,
See truth with love.
because sometimes
One little why can change your whole. High upon the hill, a house made of stone. But what is a house when the heart inside is empty? Jah knows. There was a man who climbed the mountain, started with an empty hand. He worked beneath the burning sun and became a wealthy man. He built a house upon the hill with windows shining bright, golden gates around the garden, guards standing through the night. He bought another motor car, then bought another one, while children down below the hill had nowhere safe to run. His neighbors looked toward the mansion and whispered, "Look at him." But the old woman by the roadside said, "Something there is dim. What good is a house on the hill if your heart can't see below? What good is silver and gold when your brothers have nowhere to go? Build your house with love, build your wealth with care, for the richest man in the world is the one who learns to share." The wealthy man would drive past without looking left or right. He saw the hungry children, but kept his windows tight. A farmer came one morning, his harvest had been lost. He asked the wealthy man for help, but was told, "Count the cost." A mother came with medicine for a child who couldn't breathe. The wealthy man had money, but said, "Don't bother me." He returned to his mansion and sat beside his fire. But something in the silence was slowly getting higher. What good is a house on the hill if your heart can't see below? What good is silver and gold when your brothers have nowhere to go? Build your house with love, build your wealth with care, for the richest man in the world is the one who learns to share. One night the rain came falling harder than the years before. The river left its pathway and rushed toward every door. The people him to survive. His gate stood tall and mighty, but the water had no fear. It crossed his garden slowly, and everything became clear. Money can build a wall, but it cannot stop the rain. Money can buy a mansion, but it cannot purchase love again. If your neighbor is suffering, don't say, "That is not my fight," because tomorrow's storm may knock upon your door at night. What good is a house on the hill if your heart can't see below? What good is silver and gold when your brothers have nowhere to go? Build your house with love, build your wealth with care, for the richest man in the world is the one who learns to share. The wealthy man opened his gates and called the people in. He gave them food and blankets and helped them start again. He opened up his buildings, he offered them a place. For the first time in his life, he saw wealth in a different way. He built a little clinic, he helped rebuild the school. He gave the farmers equipment and changed the village rules. He didn't lose his fortune, he learned to use it right. The house upon the mountain became a house of light. Share what you have, open the gate, let love come in, beat bass, roots and culture, Jah teaches. Hey. Years later, the old woman walked slowly up the hill. She saw the wealthy man outside and smiled because she will. He asked her, "Why are you smiling? What do you see in me?" She said, "I see a man who finally learned what wealth was meant to be. Your mansion was never the problem, your money was never the sin. The problem was the closed heart that wouldn't let love in." The wealthy man looked downward and saw the village green. He finally understood what the old woman meant. What good is a house on the hill if your heart can't see below? What good is silver and gold when your brothers have nowhere to go? Build your house. Before the city wakes, before the morning sun, she's already there with a basket on her head and a dream in her heart. Every morning before sunrise, she would walk along the road with a basket full of food and a family on her soul. She had no fancy storefront, no money in the bank, just two hard-working hands and Jah above to thank. She sold tomatoes in the market, she sold bananas too. Every coin she made that morning was for the children would count her little pay, then smile and tell the children, go and learn another day. Mama, your hands built the road, your tears watered the ground. You carried all our burdens when nobody was around. Mama, Jah knows your story, Jah knows the price you paid. Every dream that we are living was a sacrifice you made. There were nights she went without food so her children could be fed. She would say, I'm not so hungry, while hunger filled her bed. When sickness came upon them, she stayed awake all night, holding little hands together, praying everything would be alright. She had a dress with faded colors, she wore it every week, but she never felt ashamed of it, for her children's future looked unique. She wanted them to travel, she wanted them to know that poverty could be a season, not the place they had to grow. Mama, your hands built the road, your tears watered the ground. You carried all our burdens when nobody was around. Mama, Jah knows this story, Jah knows the price you paid. Every dream that we are living was a sacrifice you made. One child became a teacher, another became a nurse, the youngest became an engineer and broke away from the curse. They moved into the city, their lives began to change. New clothes and new positions, new people in their range. Mama stayed beside the market, still working every day. But sometimes when she called them, they were too busy to say, how are you doing, Mama?
How are you doing, Mama?
Do you need anything? She would answer, I am fine, my child, and hide the pain within. Don't mistake a mother's silence for a life without a tear. Sometimes those who love us most are the ones we never hear. Call before the years run out, visit while she can still smile, because one day you may look around and wish you'd stayed a while. Mama, your hands built the road, your tears watered the ground. We remember you carried all our burdens when nobody was around. Oh, Mama, Jah knows your story, Jah knows the price you paid. Every dream that we are living was a sacrifice you made. Whoa! One afternoon the market closed, the woman sat alone. She looked at all the empty stalls and thought about her home. She opened up an old photograph she kept beneath her cloth, 3 children standing beside her. Before the years had crossed, she whispered, Jah protect them wherever they may be. I never asked for riches, I only wanted them free. Then footsteps came behind her, and someone called her name. She turned around and saw her children, and nothing felt the same. They had come back from the city with tears upon their
placed. Mama, your hands, your sacrifice. We remember. Deep root, deep love. Jah knows. They took her from the market and brought her to their home. They said no more early mornings, no more walking roads alone. They gave her what she needed, but Mama shook her head. I don't need your money, children. I needed you, she said. Success is beautiful, but don't let it make you blind. The greatest gift you give me is the love you leave behind. They held their mother's hands and finally understood a parent's greatest treasure is knowing that their children would. Oh, oh, hey. Mama, your hands build the road, your tears water the ground. You carried all our burdens when nobody.
Night is falling on the water, no moon above the sea. A young man holds a photograph of the home he had to leave. Jah guide them. He packed a little bag with one shirt and a dream. His mother stood beside the door, trying hard not to scream. She said, my son, don't go tonight. The ocean can be cruel. He said, Mama, I have tried to stay, but there is nothing here to do. He looked across the village where the young men had no work. He saw the empty classrooms and the factories that never worked. He wanted to build a future. He wanted to make you proud. But every door was closing and poverty was speaking loud.
Boats in the dark,
Carry them safely home.
so many young hearts
Searching where
they belong. Boats in the dark,
Jah hear the mothers cry.
no child should have to risk the sea just to find a better life.
They climbed into the little boat with strangers by their side. No room to turn around, no place for fear to hide. The engine sounded weakly, the ocean looked so wide. One young man held his Bible, another held his mother's picture tight. They spoke about tomorrow, they spoke about their dreams. One wanted to become a teacher, one wanted to study engineering. Another said, I'll send back money, I'll build my family a home. But nobody could promise them that they would ever reach the shore.
Boats in the dark,
Carry them safely home. started crying.
I want to see my mother.
An older man held his shoulder.
Stay strong, my little brother.
They prayed beneath the darkness. They called upon Jah's name. While somewhere on the shoreline, a mother did the same. She stood beside the water, looking deep into the night, praying that her son would return
Before the morning light.
Don't only blame the traveler
Who dreams beyond the sea.
Ask why a young man's homeland
Could not give him what he needs.
give the youth an education, give them work and give them land, give them reasons to build their future
With their own hands.
Migration is a human story. Behind every name is pain. A mother waits beside the doorway, hoping to see her child again. Hoping to see her child again. Oh,
Out in the dark,
out in the dark.
guide them safely home.
Oh,
Guide the youth.
give them a reason to stay. Bass road,
Ocean echo.
bass road.
Ocean echo.
Years later he remembered the darkness of that night. He became a teacher, determined to make things right. He opened up a workshop for the young ones in his town. He taught them skills and knowledge so they could build their future now. He said, I almost lost my life,
Because I couldn't see a way.
but our country has young people.
With something strong to say.
Don't let their dreams become a reason
For another boat to sail.
Give them tools to build tomorrow and give their dreams a trail. Oh,
Out in the dark,
Jah guide every soul
give the young a future.
where they can reach their goal.
Out in the dark,
Let every mother pray, but let us build a better world so they don't have to sail away. Every young person has a dream. Every mother has. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Across the river, two villages stand. One bridge between them, broken by the hands of yesterday. But tomorrow is calling. Oh, oh. There were two villages on opposite sides of the river. Once they shared the same market, once they lived together. Children crossed the old bridge, farmers traded in the square. People came to celebrate because friendship lived there. Then one day anger entered and the old bridge came apart. A quarrel turned to hatred, and hatred hardened hearts. Your people did this, our people suffered more. between. Young children grew up hearing things they had never seen. Don't cross to that village, their elders used to say. Those people are our enemies, keep your heart away. But a young girl asked her mother, why must we live this way? Did we ever meet the people we are told to hate? Her mother had no answer, only tears upon her face, because sometimes all hatred survives without a case. Build the bridge again, don't let hatred win. What separates the fathers will imprison the children. Oh, build the bridge again, let forgiveness begin. We may live on different sides, but we're all human within. Then one season came the flooding and the river rose so high. The clinic on the far side had medicine that could save a life. A child became severely ill, and time was running fast. The only road was broken, and the old bridge could not last. The doctor on the other side had medicine to spare, but the broken bridge stood between them, and nobody could get there. The people watched in silence, knowing what they had become. Their hatred built the prison, and their children paid the cost. How many generations must carry yesterday's pain? How many children must inherit somebody else's blame? If the wound can be forgiven, let forgiveness have a chance. Sometimes peace begins with one person taking a stand. Build a bridge again, don't let hatred win. What separates the fathers will imprison the children. Oh, build a bridge again, let forgiveness begin. We may live on different sides, but we're all human within. An old man took a hammer and walked toward the riverside. He said, I am tired of hatred, I have nowhere left to hide. Another old man saw him from the village over there. He picked up his own hammer and walked toward the broken stair. Nobody said a word at first, they simply started work. Two hands became four hands, then the whole crowd did the work. The children carried timber, the women brought the food, the farmers brought their tools, and the people changed their mood. Build it, build it, one stone, one heart, no more hatred, no more wars. Let the bridge speak. When the bridge was finally standing, both villages gathered there. Nobody brought a weapon, nobody came with fear. The little girl who asked the question walked across the bridge first. She held another child's hand. From the village she was taught to curse. The elders watched in silence, then one began to cry. He said, we gave our children hatred when we should have taught them why. They shook each other's hands, and the market
Some bridges are made of timber.
Justice, does it have one face for the poor man and another for the rich? Jah knows. Judge in the city, known for speaking truth. He carried many cases before the eyes of youth. He told the people proudly, the law must stand the same. No matter who you are, justice has no family name. His son was young and wealthy, driving through the town. He thought his father's power could never bring him down. He lived without a worry, he laughed at every rule, until one night his choices put another life in ruin. Justice must be justice for the rich and for the poor. If you close one eye today, tomorrow opens up the door. Justice must be justice. Don't let power change the truth. A father's greatest lesson is the example that he gives his youth. The young man stood before the court and recognized the face. His father sat behind the bench, and silence filled the place. The son looked at his father, expecting him to say, but the judge looked at the papers, and his face became grave. The liars whispered softly, "Sir, this is your own son." The judge replied, "The law must speak when the evidence is done." The room became completely still. Nobody made a sound. The man who taught the city law would now have to stand his ground. Yeah. Justice must be justice for the rich and for the poor. If you close one eye today, tomorrow opens up the door. Justice must be justice. Don't let power change the truth. A father's greatest lesson is the example that he gives his youth. Hey, the mother came in crying. She said, "Please save our boy." The father held her trembling hand, but couldn't change the law. He said, "I love our son, and nothing can erase that. But love does not mean shielding him from the truth of what he has done." The son looked at his father and finally understood. The man he thought would rescue him was teaching him what was good. He had believed that money could make every problem disappear, but his father's honest judgment was stronger than his fear. If you teach your child that money can buy away every wrong, you may give them comfort, but you make their weakness strong. Sometimes loving someone means allowing them to face the consequences of their choices and learn to change their ways. Hey, justice must be justice for the rich and for the poor. If you close one eye today, tomorrow opens up the door. Oh, justice must be judgment and began to change his life. He met the family suffering from the damage of that night. He offered a sincere apology, not money for their pain. He worked to make amends and never chose that road again. The judge remained his father, but he never bent the scale. He showed his son that character is what remains when riches fail. Years later, that young man returned to the courtroom door. He said, "Father, now I understand what justice stands here for. No favoritism, no corruption. One law, one people. Truth cannot have two faces."
Justice, justice.
The story spread throughout the city, from the market to the school. Parents told their children integrity is greater than gold. The judge grew old eventually, but his lesson still remained. If justice bends for family, the whole society is betrayed. And his son became a lawyer, but he carried something more. The lesson that his father gave when he stood behind that door. Justice must be justice for the rich and for the poor. If you close one eye today, tomorrow opens up the door. Justice must be justice. Don't let power change the truth. A father's greatest lesson is the example that he gives his youth. Hey, don't bend the law for your brother.
Don't bend it for your friend.
Don't bend it for your child.
Don't bend it for your child.
Because when justice loses balance,
Oh, oh.
everybody pays the price. Jah guide the judges. Jah guide the leaders. Jah guide our children. Justice, does it have one face for the poor man? Yeah. Before the city waits, little feet are already walking. No classroom,
No safe home.
just another morning under the open sky. Jah, see them. Oh, yeah. There were children on the corner when the morning sun came up. One was holding an empty bottle, one was searching for some food. People walked beside them, some looked away in shame. Some called them troublemakers, some never learned their names.
One little girl was 7 with her baby brother near. She carried more responsibility than any child should bear.
Her school was just a memory, her books were gone away.
But deep inside her little heart, she still dreamed every day.
Don't turn your eyes away, they are children just like you.
Give them a hand today.
Give them a chance to make it through.
Don't turn your eyes away.
Every child deserves a name,
A roof, a book, a loving heart, and someone who believes in them.
she saw the same young children sitting there from day to day.
One morning she stopped walking and asked the little girl,
"Why aren't you in the classroom?
why are you out in this world?"
The little girl looked downward and quietly replied,
"My mother passed away last year, and nobody was by my side.
My father left the city, my brother needs me here.
I know I should be learning,
But survival comes with fear.
don't turn your eyes away.
They are children just like you.
Give them a hand today.
Give them a chance to make it through.
Don't turn your eyes away.
Every child deserves a name,
A roof, a book, a loving heart, and someone who believes in them."
The teacher went to leaders. She went from door to door. She said these children need a future, not another locked door. Some people said it's hopeless, they'll never change their ways. But she answered,
Give them opportunity.
and watch what education makes. She found a little building,
She cleaned it with her hands.
she gathered books and teachers, and asked the people
To help stand,
The children came in slowly, not trusting at the start. But every open classroom opened up.
another heart. A child is not a problem.
A child is somebody's dream.
A child is not a number.
A child is a human being. Don't wait until they're older
To ask why they went astray.
Give them love and guidance
While there is still time today, don't turn your eyes away.
They are children just like you.
Give them a hand today.
Give them a chance to make it through.
Don't turn your eyes away. Every child deserves a name. A roof, a book, a loving heart, and
Someone.
who believes in them.
The little girl began to study. Her brother found a home. She learned to read and write and slowly stopped feeling alone. Years passed like the river, and she became a teacher. She returned back to the corner.
Where she once had been a seeker,
She found another little girl.
sitting where she used to stay,
She knelt down beside her.
and softly said, "Come away."
The little girl looked frightened, but she reached out a hand, and history started changing.
Because somebody chose to stand.
Open the door,
Open the classroom.
give them a chance.
Children, children,
God bless the children.
ooh,
They're talking.
drum rolling.
The city slowly changed.
When people change their view, they stopped calling children trouble and started asking what to do.
They built a place for learning,
A shelter for the night.
they gave them food and counseling,
And taught them little love can show. The girl who once slept outside now stood before the crowd. She said, someone believed in me when I was not yet proud. Don't turn your eyes away. They are children just like you. Give them a hand today. Give them a chance to make it through. Don't turn your eyes away. Every child deserves a name, a roof, a book, a love.
When the fire comes, it does not ask who you are. Rich man, poor man, one flame can change everything. But when the morning comes, we must decide what happens next. After midnight, when the village was asleep, a sudden wind began to blow and flames began to leap. The market started burning, then the houses caught the flame. People ran into the darkness, calling out each other's names. A mother held her children, an old man lost his home. A farmer watched his harvest burn and stood there all alone. By morning there was nothing but ashes on the ground. The places where their lives had stood were nowhere to be found. After the fire, we will rise again. From the ashes, we will build again. When the night is over, Jah will bring the dawn. Hand in hand together, we will carry on. Yeah. The people stood in silence, looking at the broken land. Some were waiting for a stranger to come and lend a hand. Then one young woman lifted a piece of fallen wood. She said, if we wait forever, who will do what we could? The farmer brought his hammer, the mason brought his tools, the teacher brought the children, and the elders gave them rules. The women cooked together, the youth cleared up the road. Nobody had plenty, but everybody shared the load. After the fire, we will rise again. From the ashes, we will build again. When the night is over, Jah will bring the dawn. Hand in hand together, we will carry on. A wealthy man from the city heard about the fire. He came with trucks and money and offered to retire. But when he saw the people already working side by side, he said, I came to save you, but you've shown me how to rise. He opened up his warehouse, he gave them what they lacked. But the people told him, we will build our future back. The children carried water, the old men marked the ground. The broken homes were rising and hope was coming round. Sometimes disaster teaches what comfort cannot teach. That one hand may be limited, but many hands can reach. Don't wait until you're wealthy before you help somebody stand. A small act done with love can become a mighty hand. After the fire, face. New houses stood together, built upon the old place. The school was rebuilt stronger, the market came alive. The people planted gardens, and the children learned to thrive. Yeah, the old man who lost his house received a home nearby. He looked toward the mountain and thanked Jah in the sky. He said the fire took our houses, but it could not take our soul, because when we stood together, we became stronger than the whole. Rise, rise again
From the ashes,
one hand, two hands, many hands. Jah give us strength. Years later, the children still remember that dark night, but they also remembered how the village made things right. They learned that wealth is useful, but compassion makes it strong. And when another village suffered, they knew where they belonged. They packed their trucks with blankets, with food and tools to share. They crossed the mountain together because someone once had cared. The village that survived the fire became alive for all. They learned that when we stand as one, no hardship makes us fall.
after the fire, we will rise again. From the ashes,
From the ashes,
we will build again.
on the earth, when the night is
Over,
and the night is
Jah will bring the dawn.
oh no, hand in hand.
Together, we will carry on.
Oh, after the fire, let no heart stand alone. Hold on, yeah. When the night feels endless, when the road feels long, hold on. Jah knows the way. The morning will come. There was a man who woke each morning with a heavy heart to carry. Every road he walked upon seemed broken, dark and weary. He had lost his little business, his house was almost gone, and every friend he trusted had slowly moved along. He sat beside his window when the evening shadows came, and wondered if tomorrow would ever know his name. His mother used to tell him, when the night becomes too long, don't surrender to the darkness, for the morning still belongs. The morning will come, the morning will come, even after the darkest night, the rising sun will come. Hold on, my brother, hold on, my sister. Jah never leaves the broken heart. The morning will come. saw. The man looked at the stranger and said, "Brother, lend a hand." He helped him from the roadside and helped him slowly stand. The old man had some bread. He broke it into two. He said, "I don't have plenty, but I can share with you." The broken man was grateful, though he had almost nothing to. And that small act of kindness changed what he thought he knew. The morning will come, the morning will come, even after the darkest night, the rising sun will come. Hold on, my brother, hold on, my sister. Jah never leaves the broken heart. The morning will come. He started helping others, though his own life wasn't strong. He fixed a neighbor's doorway, he helped another carry on. He taught a little child how to read beneath a tree. He planted seeds beside the road for whoever they might be. He realized that sometimes hope begins with what we give. When you help another person, you remember how to live. His troubles didn't vanish, but his heart began to change. The road was still before him, but it no longer felt the same. You may lose your money, you may lose your home, you may walk through seasons where you feel you're all alone. But don't surrender your spirit, don't throw your dreams away. The sun is always waiting beyond the edge of day. The morning will come, the morning will come, even after the darkest night, the rising sun will come. Hold on, my brother, hold on, my sister. Jah never leaves the broken heart. The morning will come. Yeah. Years passed and that same man had rebuilt his life again. Not because the road was easy, but because he learned to bend. He opened up a workshop and gave young people work. He remembered being hungry, so he fed them from his store. He helped a widow's children and paid a student's fee. He said, "Someone helped me once, so now I'll help the next I see." The old man who had shared his bread was never far from mine. He taught him that a little love can leave a world behind. Morning, morning, the sun is rising. Hold on, keep the fire, keep the faith. Jah is watching. Deep roots, deep base. One evening he stood outside and watched the sunset glow. He thought about the younger man he used to be long ago. He realized the darkest season had not destroyed his soul. It taught him how to help the broken and make the wounded whole. He looked toward the children playing freely in the street, and thanked Jah for every lesson, every
sweet.